Hey y'all, welcome to the Robo Samurai channel where I'm reviewing the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron trilogy. Yeah, all this stuff here. Ultra Magnus. And here's the figure. But let's take a look at the packaging real quick. And we can see right here that yeah, he's got this really cool looking piece of artwork here. You got this on the side. We've got the different modes of Ultra Magnus, and then anything on the back here? Nope, nothing there. And of course, I think it's got the little eye. Yeah, there it is there with the arc crashing. There you go. That's all that. So cool stuff. And this is their new packaging style, which, yeah, and it comes with a card, but I put all those usually stored right here. And I usually just take those cards and I put them someplace safe, but I don't store them anywhere. And this is just the kind where it's just tied in. The figure is then tied in robot mode right there. So, and so let's go on ahead. That's it we got for the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure here. And here we go. And yeah, this is pretty cool looking Ultra Magnus. Definitely the Earth mode. And you can see that it's very much a white cab, kind of Optimus Prime looking figure. And yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. I kind of like this. So still can't put like cars on it or anything like that, but it still looks pretty nice. He comes with these things here. They're these missile items. Those are kind of cool. I don't know, missile, shoulder-mounted missiles or whatever. Okay, and then he also has his gun here. And yeah, that looks pretty cool too. It's painted in that gunmetal gray, and it's cast in a red plastic. Now let's take a look at the previous release, and here it is here. And right away you can tell that the cab, and I call this it reminds me very much of the design that they used for the Robots in Disguise, the series in the early 2000s on Fox Kids, I believe. This is what he kind of looks like here. And yeah, and he also has the shoulder-mounted missiles, but they are very different in sculpt. They're similar, but not exactly the same. You can kind of see the differences there. And let's see here. He also comes with the same gun. It's a little bit more silver-looking than this gunmetal gray, and it's still cast in red plastic. Additionally, he also has these things here, which have a little bit of silver splattered on the inside there, but that's a pretty nice looking little gun. So you do not get these with the Kingdom version of this mold, so pretty interesting there. So if we go ahead and take these off, we'll put them off on the side. You can kind of see that when you compare these guys, the wheels look very different. Can we do this? Can I just do this? There we go. Now you can kind of see a little bit of the differences. Some of the panels are exactly the same, some are not. So if you look here, these panels here are very similar, and this panel is similar, but it's not exactly the same. You can see that the wheels are very, we'll just call them Cybertronian, and then these are more very much like an Earth vehicle. You know, with the wheels and the spokes, the way they look. So, and let's see here. There's like from the front, there's from the side, and there's from the back. And one of the bigger differences here is that this has that weathering or that scuffing here. Let's see here, what else? Oh yeah, the paint apps are a little different. You've got some silver right here. Here you have none. It's just painted red right there. And then if I were to look here, these are painted silver. No, gunmetal. These are painted silver with a little dot of red. Interesting stuff. How does it look from the top? Well, pretty similar, except for those pieces right there. These are a little different. The rest of this looks to be pretty much identical. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, we can kind of show this off. And this also, you can open this because on the other version, what was the name of that? Okay, so it's the War for Cybertron Siege version. This actually clips in. This does not clip in on this one at all. But we can go on ahead and do this, and we'll remove the cab, which, I don't know, can we? Oh, we've got to untab this in order to remove the cab. There's these two spots right here, there, and then this one here. Yeah, there we go. And then these here, unfortunately, don't appear to go anywhere, so we'll just put that aside. And here's what the cab looks like by itself. And yeah, it is kind of weird, honestly. You know, and this is very similar to the other cab for the Siege version of this, where the arms stick out straight like this in the back. And I kind of wish that they had done this a little bit differently, but you know, it still looks pretty good on the front and everything else. So let's start the transformation of this, and we'll do some comparisons. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to flip these down here, and then I'm going to open this up, pull out his arms. There we go. And then you're going to want to open this because there are two tabs there. And if you look at the tabs lock in there, so don't pull them down until you've pulled it out to the side. And there we go, we got those there. Now you're going to want to take this and, I believe, rotate it. But in order to rotate it nicely, you want to do this. And then, and I believe, let's see here, you can take this and push it up, and then push this all the way back. You're going to want to lift this out and then pull open this cab here. Can I do this, or did I do that wrong? Oh yeah, you can do it this way. Just make sure you want to move that out of the way so that you have some room to work here. Flip out the robot head, close it, close this, and now you can do this with the arms, because see the tabs right here? If you had locked that in beforehand, you wouldn't be able to flip out his head. Alright, and there we go. And then you can go ahead and turn the wrists so it doesn't look so bad in the other mode, but there you go. Here he is, Ultra Magnus in his first robot mode, and he looks pretty cool. He's got all of the, I think this is the exact same head sculpt as Earthrise Prime, so it's just done in white and with the blue on his face right there, and it's kind of reddish colored. Very cool looking stuff. He's got like the knee and all that. The one thing that I'm not really wild about is this thing here sticking out. You know, obviously you're probably not going to be displaying this in this mode, but he looks kind of cool. Okay, let's go on ahead and compare him to his Siege counterpart. And there he is right there, and wow, he looks, one looks really white. This looks very dingy, this Siege version here, and I think that this stuff here is actually this is that weathering what's supposed to be going on here, so yeah. But outside of that, he looks kind of like that, and yeah, he can hold his weapon just fine. And then, yeah, I don't know about mounting these guys on him. I mean, you could, I suppose, mount them like that. But, yeah, he's not really designed for that. So, yeah, here's what they look like in that mode. And, yeah, it's pretty much the same. But if you look at the heads and how they're painted, a little different. This one has blue on his crest up here, and then you have silver on that crest up there. And it seems to be a lighter, brighter blue than this one here, which is a totally different kind of a deal going on, because this one here is a little bit more dingy white. Okay. Alright, well, let's go on ahead and get him transformed into his Ultra Magnus mode, you know, the full-on mode. Now, these little pieces came off on me when I was pulling them out, and let's see here. I don't know. These don't really seem to tab in much. They tab in here, just to show you, but, you know, they didn't stay when I unplugged them, so. Alright, so to prepare him, I'm going to take off this here. And let's put that aside, and let's go on ahead and flip this down, and then we'll leave that out. We want to untab the arms from the chest, and then fold this head back in, and close that back up. And what you want to do next is you want to swivel this around, and you'll put that back here. The next thing you want to do, let's see here, can we do this from here? Is you want to slide this piece all the way down. I think in order to do this, though, we're going to have to pull this forward, the cab, and then we can, because that cab locks in this piece, and you can just slide that back down, and then you can push this back. And then you can lock these in place. And then, like I said before, you turn this around and then put that back there. Next thing, the last thing you want to do with this piece here is to flip these inward like that. Alright, and then let's go on ahead and we'll just put him there for the moment, and we'll prepare the trailer. Now you want to untab all of these here, and you'll see that there's a tab here. Yeah, see here without breaking it. Okay, there. I'm just going to split it from the back and take these parts off. There we go. And then underneath here we've got his parts of his arms. So you want to undo that from the tabs. There we go. And then we'll just leave this here for now. Let's prepare these. You're going to fold these up. Let's see here, like that, and that, and that. And you got those three, and then fold it, and then tab this part to these here. There we go. And there's one. Let's do the other one. Fold it a whole way out, and then fold it back. Actually, fold that in, fold this here, fold this here, and then tab these into here. There we go. Cool. There's the second one. Now let's take the base figure here, and we'll go on ahead and slide this into here and lock it into place. Do the same thing for the other side. There. The next thing you want to do is take these here, open them up, and you'll notice that there's a peg right here, and there is a hole in the arm. Now hopefully I got this, let's see here, this is the right one, so this will go here, hole in that peg, peg in that hole, close it, and then close it on top of it. Do the same thing for the other side, just like that, and that. Alright, and the next thing you want to do is take these pieces. Now usually these would be connected like this. If you see right here, you can see there's a connector, so you would have to slide this out if it was still connected, and then fold these pieces in. Okay, and then you want to take this and slide it over the top of Ultra Magnus's arm, like that. Let's see here, is that okay? So you want to keep this open, I guess, a little bit, because you'll have to close this on top of it. I think that'll lock it in. yeah, this little thing will lock it in the tab and a slot, and I'll show you that on the other side. So we'll open this up a little bit, and we'll slide this in right here, and then this tab here will lock in with this slot here, and that'll secure those shoulder pieces in place. Now, the last thing we're going to do is this. I'm going to turn his head around, and then you're going to fold this in here on the back side, and then we'll go on ahead and put this here. I believe there is, all right, a tab. You should be able to set that on top, fold this down, fold this up, and well, actually, you'll see if you fold this together. So let me show you this again. So it kind of looks like this outstretched. Fold this in, fold this over, and now we're ready to put it on top of the robot. And the first thing we want to do is these clips here will go on the back here on that that looks like a rail. So it snaps in like that, and then you can drop this in. You can see the tabs here. The tabs go into these slots right there. Alright, so we'll push those in there, and then this will go over the top, and then we'll also tab into the front. There's some tabs that go into the front of the cab. And to finish the lookup, we're going to put these guys here, right here, one on each shoulder, and on this shoulder as well. And then here is his gun. And there you go, Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. And you know what? He looks really, really good. He's got some light piping here. It's not easy to see. I think he has light piping. It looks like it. Let's see here. Is it, okay. Well, looks pretty good nonetheless. So, he's got the same kind of articulation that he had in the other mode. Yeah, he looks good. And yeah, I know they make extension kits for this to kind of stretch them out a little bit because the proportions look a little different. I'm not going to get those. I do like some of those kits, and I think that they're cool, but I don't know if I really want to. I just have to. It would depend on how much money I want to put into these figures. So, so there's that. Okay, everyone, to compare, here is the Siege version of this mold, and yeah, he looks pretty good. You've got all that weathering effects that's going on here, and all that, and it kind of looks cool, I guess. I know some fans clean theirs up, and that's fine. So, and then he also has these guns here, which are extra, and you can mount these almost anywhere. There is I think this is a 5mm ports. If you have both, you can give your new Ultra Magnus figure your old Ultra Magnus guns. So there you go. And so there's a lot of interesting things here to compare it with, but you can kind of see that it even looks like, and if I can raise this up just a touch, you can see that these are just a little bit taller on this figure. So in trailer mode, these things don't really snap in. On this one, they snap into the trailer using these top pieces. But I know I didn't show you that on camera, but I think this one here looks really, really, really good, and I tend to really like it. So. He actually even has a slightly different head sculpt. If you look here, this is the Siege version here, and it looks like he has smaller eyes. And here's the Kingdom version. You can see his face looks different, just a little bit different, and he's got bigger eyes. That's kind of cool. So there you got it. And this I did pick up from Target, and it was, I believe, $49.99 as of this recording, and you can still get it from there. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, share it, check out my other reviews, and subscribe, please. Thanks for tuning in.